Many thanks for joining us this morning. Good morning to you from wherever you're joining us on Dominion Television right here in the city of Ibadan. And welcome to the big story. So this morning, we examine a development that has sparked intense legal debates and even controversies, political you may like as well in Osun State. And the freezing, of local government accounts has raised fundamental questions about constitutional authority, fiscal federalism, judicial interpretation, and its impact on governance as at the grassroots level. And this is a concern, really. The question would be, is this a necessary move? Is this a necessary legal safeguard as well? Or does it risk disrupting essential public services and deepening political tensions across the country? That is one of the conversations and how we will jump into this particular development. Our focus today is on Osun's account freeze, politics, power, and the rule of law. And joining us to unpack these issues is Honorable Omolaja, an APC stalwart this morning. Good morning to you this morning, Honorable.
Good morning, Anu. Thanks for having me here today. And good morning to you, viewer home who are watching and listening to us.
Well, so I don't want us to start from where the president stopped yesterday when he said they should unfreeze the account. He was speaking to the FCC, and then he said something like he was a bit surprised that happened, and then the fact that it happened at the time that it happened, right? Because obviously after that freezing of the account, many persons went into questioning as to, is this administration intentionally doing that to ensure that the incumbent administration in Osun State does not continue? But yes, we'll still delve into that. But let's start from maybe your perspective this morning. I want to ask you quite honestly, what do you think necessitated that particular freeze on the account?
Seriously, when I heard it, I with the excuse that was given, I first thought of it that it's normally probably it want to be legal, because we heard that there's a lot of money being distributed by the state government that is not really being approved by the so-called executive, because before you can spend any money, it has to be approved by the executive, and that money was impromptu. It was not even announced. There was no frame time that was given before they started to be giving whether palliative. They are just saying they are giving. Being that it is very close to the election time, that is why the reason excuse the FCC given. But with a lot of things that has happened in Rivers State and formerly in Lagos State, we are meant to know that the federal government has no power over the authority of financing when you are talking about our state. Anyway, so and for me, now I'm trying to reason for the fact that Governor Adeleke came out to be telling President Tinubu to call Oyetola to order. Apart from people being killed in Osun State, you are talking about the activities of some executive who are overzealous, because for them to have shut the account for 10 days because it is a way of playing game, and which is not fair.
I think that, so let me start from where you stopped. You mentioned something that is of interest to me. You said the presidency, or as it were, the federal government does not really have so much power as to the states running in terms of their finances and all that. But the question would be that the EFCC, does it respond to the presidency or the incumbent federal government, or does it respond to itself? So who calls the shot for the EFCC? Why did the EFCC go without the president knowing?
You see, sometimes they can be able to act on their own sometimes, but you must know that the EFCC is under the presidency. It is being controlled by the executive, whether you like it or not. But in this instance, the reason President Tinubu gave at this particular time, You must remember that what's it called, Cardinal Oyeneke just spoken that the politics there's what the president said, all is fair in politics, and probably that is why they hedge a lot of opposition out at this particular time. I think the president felt it, and they think that if that is allowed to go like that, it is not going to speak well for his image and himself.
So that was why he had to tell them to.
Yes, I believe so.
But do you want to say that the president was not aware when EFCC was about to place that ban?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. Oh, you know, there was a time Governor Adeleke mentioned that I called the help of the president, that the activities, he believed that there's some nefarious activities being partaken by Oyetola. That, and you know, Oyetola is a minister of blue economy, and you know, a lot of them work hand in hand. There is sometimes you heard about some people who in Aso Rock who can be able to be controlling the activities of the president. Probably that is what is going on. When they can be able to work with each other in order, I've seen some people that rated that with this election that is going on, probably Oyetola has APC have probably about 50%, and Accord Party have about 45%. Probably Oyetola is trying to cover that 5%. I don't know, but at the end of the day, by not allowing Governor Adeleke to fund this election, because all of them use state fund to fund the election, whether you like it or not. And if that is not going to be happening, because the freezing of the accounts is just going to be for about 10 days or thereabout. And to me, it's not fair in politics.
All right, so let's talk about the fairness. And maybe if we stretch fairness, now it should be to the people. It might not be fair. It might be maybe a little fair on the politicians. They might have it one way or the other to still find their way around it. But what this might mean, because critics have said ordinary citizens are going to be at the end of this. They are going to be at the brunt of whatsoever situation, the delayed salaries and all of that. That's eventually what's going to happen to them. Stalled project, delayed salaries. But I want to know how you respond, especially speak for the people now, that people are going to be at the end of this thing to say they won't get their salary when they're supposed to. People are working for the government who are having a project to do for the Osun State government will not be able to carry on because there's a political quagmire.
Yes, of course. At this particular time, I believe a lot of project is not being funded, whether you like it or not, because the money the politicians they are having, they are going to spend on election, and even a lot of the contractors are going to do that as well. Mind you, at this point in time, I believe because of the lockdown, when you are talking about the local government struggles between APC and PDP, I don't think probably those local government are getting money that is being required. But mind you, government never stops. Whether it's Sunday, whether it's Saturday, throughout the week, they have to fund the government. They have to buy fuel. They have to do some activities that are going to make the state to be running. By the time the kind of that account is frozen, it is not going to fair on those things to be stopped, whether you like it or not. So, mind you, the government has even if they have to approach the bank to get some loan, it's still going to pass through the the government account. And if it's been frozen, I don't think it's fair. It should not be done at any point in time. I think that is why President Bola Ahmed Tinubu directed them to do that aside and unfrozen the account and make them to be able to spend the money.
Yeah, I think, let me just put this. I want to know if you believe PDP, a good number of them have said this is politically motivated, and I think you agree to that.
I believe so. I believe so. It's politically motivated.
Okay, so now the blame is now on your party. There have been claims about the fact that to what extent can the APC not go to ensure that they win all across the country? So some are saying that the APC is ready to do anything, whether legal or illegal, because some have said this is politically motivated. It is not as much a legal case as it should be, maybe. So this is the claim. I want to know what you respond as an APC stalwart in this country. What is your response to people who think the APC is trying every possible means to ensure that there's one party state in the country?
It has nothing to do with that. I think it has because this is not the first time that has been done. whether it's legal or not. We have seen a lot of political parties doing that. And sometimes people want to repeat the same. But you must know that when you see people who are in the hands of affairs, who are not going to just be there and be looking at whatever illegal things they are doing. And that is what happened. Assuming this is meant to be, and it happened in Osho State, it's going to be a different ballgame. It has never happened. Let's think about it. During the time when Wiki was in Rivers, he has spent some money from the account of the government, and nobody stopped him. He has like probably about 10,000 or thereabout special advisor. That is really illegal for you to be doing that. And the president, PNB, late PNB, never do anything to stop it. And even the governor, now governor of Rivers State, Fubara, he was placed on wanted list. And during the campaign, he didn't campaign, he hid. And before he became a governor, when he was elected, he was never arrested. But when you are talking about APC, but this time around, you are talking about a lot of problems that has happened in different political party. You cannot place that in the doorstep of APC.
But APC is involved in every of those.
It is not about how will you know? It is not spelled
this
out.
Is one of the examples, right?
Yes, it is one of the examples. And the president acted within 48 hours, and it stopped. And I believe the account is now working back, whether you like it or not. Assuming it was meant to be, the action stays, and it went the way those gang up, or who should I call them, whether these people who are in the president has this kind of enormous power and try to be controlling the president, and this president allow not to be controlled because he has passed through that kind of things, and he doesn't want it to be happen. So when you are now talking about causing mayhem in all political party, if you come together, if you don't show what is in your house, nobody is going to dabble into it. And we have not seen any governor of APC calling mayhem or in any political party. It is always among them. When APC was having problem, he never said it's PDP that caused it. Despite the fact that a lot of PDP, a lot of opposition were the cause of the problem. They solve it. Unlike this one, they caused the mayhem themselves. Because whether you like or not, there is always going to be problem in all political party. Even as of now, there are some pending cases within APC themselves. So, placing the problem of opposition party on the desk of APC, I don't think is fair.
All right, maybe let's stretch it a bit, just advance the conversation. Because while you were speaking, I was listening to what you were saying, and a good number of persons have said this particular administration of President Tinubu and the APC administration, as it were, has been so rash in their decision making. Some would say they don't think things through before they make decisions. For example, the federal government came about something with the Ministry of Education to say there was going to be an upward increment in the price, not price exactly, the rate at which, the rate of what's it called now? One of the examinations, right? Or the two examinations, the bigger ones. And then they said there was going to be a sort of hike in the, and over, maybe after reactions, people came out to say that is not acceptable in the country where there's so much poverty and all of that. And a lot of persons made claims as to what should not happen. And eventually the federal government came about to say, okay, we are scrapping this for now, and that's it. So that was one. Two, this EFCC issue is also maybe in that direction, to say they have done something and then they are now reverting. They are now coming back to say, so the problem has been that some would say this president's administration does not think things through before they do it because they are obsessed. They want power and they want it at any length. How do you respond to that?
Oh, thank you very much. Thank God you can say this. When you are talking about the examination, whether you like it or not, despite the fact that education is not cheap anywhere in the world. Even when we are doing WAEC, I did my WAEC for 65 naira. And when I did it, it was also, it is beyond a lot of people's reach then. I know it was towards the tail end of the time that I can be able to pay because I have to look for that 65,000. But whether 65 naira. Now, whether you like it or not, even if it's 100,000, even if it's 30,000, even if it's 40,000, there are some people who have withdrawn to go to school.
But some would be able to.
I am just saying. I'm just telling you this. You see, the whatever happened, it is the White House board, NECO House board, JAMB App board, they were the one that is going to review this and talk and really know what is going to be good for them. But sometimes there is nothing wrong in reversing or pending some things that whether you like it is going to happen or not. Because I am telling you precisely that they cannot maintain this for the next 2-3 years, whether you like it. But you see, sometimes you don't dabble into give opposition room to be able to act. Use some things against you. They penned it. It was suspended. It was suspended. It is not. It is still there for you to be reviewed in the next future. But they have believed that there must be a review in examination fee. If the federal government said they must stop to now, they have to stop, and the voter has to decide.
I think it's still the same question. Maybe let me put it.
I just see there is nothing wrong in that. Some policy can be reverted.
Yeah,
it can be reverted at any point in time.
Exactly. Especially maybe one can make a case for your party to say, okay, maybe this administration listens more to the people, right? And that's why they are reverting some. But the question and the argument will still be, why did they not really go through all of the consultation, all the processes of maybe having meetings with every stakeholder in the Ministry of Education and even parents as well to say, this is what we want to do. This time, is this right? Because something can be right and it might not be right for the time that we are proposing it for. So it's a question of, is this party and this administration really thoughtful? Really, are you really putting a lot of work into planning ahead of making this, or you are just about, we want to do something so they can know that we've done this, we want to do, and then everybody's running into things that they've not thought through, and eventually they'll come back to say, okay, we're suspending, we are reverting. So that's been the line of angle that a lot of persons are coming from, and I know you've responded to that quite extensively. But let's take it a step further now. Let's move over to state or local government autonomy, as it were. This has been on the table of discourse. Quite a number of persons have spoken to this issue, and I really want to get your thoughts on this, especially as it concerns this particular issue that we are facing. So I want to know what your take is on the particular issue as to how financial autonomy can be for local government. How do we reconcile this? The Supreme Court's law, for example, for financial autonomy ruling for local government with the current situation in Ogun State. Where do you stand in all of this, especially when it comes to local government autonomy and how states are being run, and how federal government has a power in a way sometimes to put themselves into the issue of state allocation?
Oh, thank you very much. You see, we are talking about local government autonomy. The Supreme Court has spelled it out, and it's quite unfortunate that almost all the governor doesn't want to accept and live by it, because that is what is legal according to the law of the land. And they have taken President Tinubu has taken the first bold step by taking all the governors to Supreme Court. They cannot be able to defend themselves in state, whether we like it or not. But the naughty area, the president has been pleading with all these governors, most especially people within his rank, to please and give breathing space to the local government. I have not seen any action being done. Despite the fact that he told them that they were the one that put all these people in power. All of them are people on their own. They were the one that selected them. Why can't they trust them? He has asked that, and Nigerians are having problem with trust issue. I think the main things that has to be done is how they can be able to amend the constitution and make sure electoral local government is included in the electoral act, where INEC is going to be conducting the election. If you have about 3, 4, 5 opposition being elected, or 10 opposition being elected as a local government chairman from the opposition, whether PDP, whether APM, whether APC, whether, you are going to see that there will be serious content. They are going to be able to contest it. They will contest anything that government does wrong. But a situation that it is only the governor that is going to select all and rig the election for all their candidates, it is going to be difficult, because people that knew that they don't want to be in that exact position and they are being put there. But if that local government election can be conducted by different body, you will see that whether they go to Supreme Court, whatever they are going to do, any chairman that is not within the party that is being elected, they are going to fight themselves out.
Let me jump on that question maybe briefly. And maybe, do you not think that maybe state governments don't trust this administration at the federal level? And that's why they are not buying into the idea, because everybody is almost clear to the blind. It's hidden in plain sight that this is a no-brainer. Everybody should jump on the local government autonomy, because at the end of the day, it benefits the local setting, right? It benefits the grassroots. It benefits every other person. Maybe not so much for the governor. But if they trust this administration well, do you not think they would probably just jump on the bandwagon and follow suit with the president instead of going back on litigation, going back to the court, Supreme Court, Appeal Court, and all of this for this particular reason? Because they should also care about the people. So don't you think governors don't trust Tinubu?
It is not about governor being trusted, Tinubu or not. This is what is on the front burner for a very long time. That is why local government is not active. The state government want to do it all. If we have normal, good, legally entrenched local government in Nigeria, you can see a local government chairman become a governor if he run his council well. How are they doing it in Great Britain? How are they doing it in America? You can see council before it was Southeast Council in London that really deliver a lot. You have seen a situation that even the center are always giving them challenge that if you the cleanest council, the most well-laid council, and this competition is going to come into effect, and a lot of them are going to be doing great things in their council, and it is going to be subject to be verified by different people. They can be able. How many local governments have you seen coming out and show his achievement or listed his achievement in different local government? Which are they supposed to be? They're supposed to be doing that for the people, for us to know how they are, what kind of work they are doing. It is so sad as well that the House of Assembly that has authority over the governor are not even doing it. They always like to, despite the fact that they have given independency to financial autonomy to all state of assembly. They've given financial autonomy to all the judiciary. And have they implemented it? That is the question we have to ask themselves, because it is beyond local government. Financial autonomy is beyond local government. You are talking about state of assembly. Who has the power to have financial power, all the power, how they are going to run the local government, even the state? But a lot of them subjected themselves to the governor, because the governor become a ruler. He become an emperor. Which should it be? In the constitution, I've never seen any power, any extra power that the governors are, apart from clemency to the prisoner or any other thing they have. So what is now going on is that if we can have independent electoral body conducting local government, which is going to be national, conducting local government election, that is when we can be relieved and local government can be able to be expunged from the grip of all the governors.
Yeah, my point taken really. But I just wanted to double down on that. But this is not a question. Maybe this is just an opinion to say, there's been that claim about some even believe that if you are a leader, one of the hallmarks of a leader is the ability to obtain followership. So some are saying that maybe if there was another president who could speak better to the governors, perhaps they could listen to him and just follow suit, because at the end of the day, they will also benefit, maybe not as much as they used to, but in a way to make the country a better place for everybody. But let's move a bit away from that. Just about a few days ago, there were claims in Osun by Ademola himself, and then he was making claims as to calling the president to come and help them in the state, because he said he's supporting President Bola Tinubu, and then he's trying to say that the whole state is supporting him. All of a sudden, something happened, and then the APCA reportedly, which is still a conversation that is ongoing, came about disrupting processes, rallies, fighting, and probably causing mayhem in that particular region of Osun State. They've said it's the APC. Mr. Honorable Molaja.
I think that is unfair. I think on that, Governor Ademola Adeleke has been the ramble rouser. He has probably is a devil advocate as well on that particular subject, because when you are talking about mayor, nobody can be excluded from that causing mayhem. What I really find disturbing, and I cannot fathom, is that even when what's it called, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola was there, we have never seen this so much of this kind of mayhem. It might be when they have to do because the election then wasn't conclusive, and when they want to do the final voting in some, probably about 2 local government, it was then that it was reported probably they were being victimized not to vote in some instances, whereby it is only the candidate or those who are of APC that was allowed to vote. It was alleged. But Oyetola came in. There wasn't way between APC and PDP. Why is it now? For you to know that, I believe Ademola Adeleke have started the mayhem from time, and these people doesn't want to be left out of it.
If he's the one starting, why is he the one calling for help?
That's what I'm saying. He's a rabble rouser, because you must remember when Ogbeni Rauf was cheated out before he won the court cases. One of his friends was killed. He was always being shot at by PDP hierarchy then. Now, probably this particular Ambo and his team, they don't want to be bullied.
So they are shooting people.
No. Both rank. We are on social media. It is not left alone for APC. It is not right for any life to be lost during the election. It is wrong. It is absurd. It is not. It shouldn't be at this age of at this 21st century. But what I'm now telling you is that both sides are the ones that are killing each other. It is not that APC that is killing PDP. If they want to do their rally, why causing? They are not going to have problem. It is when APC want to do their rally that they are going to see that they have to harm themselves as well. It is wrong. I am not. You have seen when the king of Ede, Tim of Ede, came out, and you can see the way he was speaking. He was speaking violently. He said that when the Ambo want to even visit him, he has to leave Ede, because he's trying to avoid him. We don't need that. All the Obas must be the custodians of peace and harmony. They must be, even if you don't like people, you must embrace them. All you are going to do is within their back. So it is not one way side for Adeleke to be shouting that something. So some people are killing it. I don't think
Honorable Molada, so what you are proposing is that there's a chance that it's a survival of the fittest situation, that it's steel versus steel, iron versus iron situation.
I think that is what is going on, and I think it's not fair. But I think it should not be exactly at this 21st century.
But from
no
what
lives
lost. We've seen lives of people that were said to be supporting this incumbent administration that were killed. We've seen a number of them, even on social media, being paraded by a lot of persons as to this is a member of this party that was killed by the APC. Right, so there's been more claims about more people dying.
I think you are really unfair, because you remember that when the problem of this local government happened, when there was judgment that was being given to the APC, which member of PDP were killed there? It was one of the member of APC that was well known that was killed in Ikire there. It was everywhere on the social media. They are doing remember from him. No single member of PDP before they converted to a party was killed. For you to know that, and you have seen in the social media when they want to have Governor Adeleke want to have conduct local government election, it was really being spread around different way, different side from about 3 local government that PDP campaigned that they don't want to see any APC. That this election is violent. They were the one that campaigned for violence, and Governor Adeleke has never stopped them. The APC has been at the receiving end for a very long time. That for me to be telling, it is there on social media. I've never seen any time Governor Adeleke caution them. So what I'm now saying to you, it is not fair for any life to be lost when they are conducting election. It is wrong. It is criminal. But opposite side are not going to lie, follow as well. You have seen that there has been a lot of time when they want to conduct Osun election and the Ekiti election sometimes that Governor Engineer Seyi Makinde imported a lot of talk from here to Osun.
Can you verify that?
It is not about verification. Where do you think Auxiliary was saying that if you come here, it is on Osun. That this and that. You can see that sign. And when a lot of them are arrested when they are going to Kitty, didn't you hear? They have been the one that are conducting things in a violent way.
But the other party is being adjudged to be doing the same.
If someone
is doing a wrong thing, does it mean you have to do this wrong thing? Two wrongs does not make it right.
Two wrong and two right.
The APC,
a wrong and a right doesn't make it right as well.
The APC wield the federal might as we speak. So they should be the bigger
wrong
person. They should not be dragged into the drain.
The wrong and the right doesn't make it right.
What makes it right, Honorable?
What makes it right? Right was right. Make it right. it is not one side. Well, you have seen a situation that somebody said nobody is what's it called? Probably know how to be in violent form all the time. So I'm just saying it is wrong, but you must. Everyone must be able to conduct themselves orderly.
So the APC has violence in store, just so anybody wants to mess up. Is that what you're saying?
No. Every human being has violence in store. If you are being stopped anyhow, you might say it. Your action can be violent. You might not even make a physical contact, but the way you speak sometimes can show that one is violent.
All right. I think we need to.
If you are being stretched.
Let's now. Is the APC stretched?
I don't know about that. I don't.
The APC is stretched in Osun State.
I don't know. When you are overstressed, you are going to talk. You are going to voice out.
So you believe the APC is overstressed in Osun State?
I don't know about that because who is now making a call for help? That is for you to know that all of them are the same.
Anyway, so let's just go to a bit of solutions journalism, right? The elections is just fast approaching, just about less than 10 days to the election in Osun State, and it's going to be one of the drivers or the indicators as to how the 2027 election is going to be. One, the INEC, and then the parties as well. And then every eyes is on this, fingers crossed on this particular issue. But let's go into a bit of solutions journalism. That, as of course, you're an elder statesman. You've been around for a while, right? So I would ask you that what immediate steps should political parties really take to de-escalate tensions and restore normalcy in Osun State as we speak? So speak like a father of many people in the country.
The way we are doing election in Nigeria is sometimes it's I saw, and it is so sad the way we are conducting it. But like it has been preached many times, even the INEC is always calling all the political parties to a meeting that they want peace, that they don't want violence. But when you see a lot of advisors, I don't know the way they advise them. I think it has to do with decadence and the desperation from many people. I invite people not to be desperate. If we are not that desperate, and President Tinubu must be father of all as well. But when he made mention of all is fair in politics, you have to define what is fair. Is it cheating? Is it killing? Is it violent? How do you define what is fair when you say all is fair in politics? I think the only solution. The INEC have resolved a lot of problems we are having before. Ballot stealing, ballot bosses, what's it called? Stuffing and this and that. But stopping people from campaigning, I think that is what is now bringing the problem in Osun State. And the problem in Osun State, a lot of people, I think the INEC has to do more by sanitizing people. It is not only about political party. They have to go on radio. They have to go to different local government, and they are going to go to house and house and be telling people not to be to know who they are going to vote for. It is not when they are being bullied that they are going to vote for someone. I think they have to do sensitization. Sensitization is very important.
Okay, so let's harp on this. Maybe just as a representative of the APC, I just want you in a few words. Why should Osun residents really trust APC's handling of things, of the issue currently in the state? Why should they now trust the APC?
Why should they trust a court party as well? That's the question. It is not about trust. It's about nobody can be.
They can trust that court because it's incumbent and it's doing some things in the state. The government, the present-day government in Osun, has done quite a few projects that people can lay hands on, so they can see evidence of what they can trust.
I don't know how far you have been to Osun State. I've been to Osun State so many times. I know a lot of legacy project is being executed by Egbeni Rauf and Aregbesola that you can be able to see. It is not about when they are unlike they say in your state, people fantasize about some project that is not even being well executed. So why I'm saying this is that even if you are Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam or Jesus, people still have the right to vote for who they want. Even if you are saint. Who is saint anymore? Even if you do all the projects in this world you like, people have to choose whoever they wanted. And one of the, the doing of politics said that sometimes in election, conducting election is not sometimes how to choose the best. You might choose some mediocres, but mediocres can be liked and known. It can be popular. It can be oratory. It can be know how to speak and carry himself. It is not only election that, but the beautiful thing is that it's always have a cycle, probably about 4 years, probably about 3 years. So people will know how to choose themselves. You are not going to say that President Trump is a role model for everybody in the world to be copied. And you can see the massive election he's getting. It's biased when you are talking about religion, when you are talking about race, he doesn't do anything. But he's popular more than any other president in United States of America.
But some would argue these things because obviously some believe Trump is doing fantastically
probably based on religion. Based on religion. You cannot tell me how he can be doing fantastic well when he can be comparing one race to the other. Because we are equal within the law and within the eyes of the God as well. You cannot tell me that because we are not having so much increments in what's it called, petrol. Who causes it? Why do you have to invade a country?
No.
I am just saying to you. You are telling me when you invaded Venezuela according to the sovereignty of Venezuela. Can't you see that is crazy? It is wrong.
All right. So
and you are justifying Trump that.
No, I'm not justifying. I'm just saying that some would oppose what you're saying.
They might say, that is it. We have divided opinion.
I mean, it's natural for people to have varying opinions. Let me just harp on this a bit as well. I was trying to imagine some of the things we've had today as conversation, and you mentioned something that kind of like piqued my interest. You said some people that someone is popular does not mean they are competent. That they are mediocres that are popular. Are there mediocres in APC?
Are they mediocre in PDP?
You speak for the APC.
No. Yes,
that's what I'm asking you.
Yes. I've never seen
APC is popular.
I've never seen
your party is popular.
I've never seen any mediocre in APC right now.
You have never seen any.
I've never seen it. Even in the history of Oyo State, I've not seen any mediocre. I see a lot of them that even have to, meditate and thinking about their word before it's being spoken out. But I've seen, despite the fact that Ejia Shemakide is a very brilliant person, when you are talking, I've seen him speaking anyhow in Oyo State. So when it's come to that, I can see him as a mediocre because he can be a mediocre in the science when he said that there is no COVID-19 in Oyo State. Now, he has been dabbling to the affairs of what Senator Sarafa did probably in 1991 or 1993, some few years ago. And he wants to know the legacy project he does. Probably then he was investing, I don't know. But when you say that, there are some things that doesn't need to be heard. That is why you are going to choose it. I've seen Ejia Shemakide speaking before he thinks. That is one of the mediocre system, and it's popular. It is beyond me.
Let's take it to the federal level. I'm interested in that mediocrity that you've said. President Bola Tinubu has many times said he inherited poverty and every of the things that people are complaining about in the country. He said he inherited a government that did not work. PMB, Muhammadu Buhari of blessed memory, is he a mediocre?
Thank you very much. When you are saying, what about, you are going to talk about the President Babangida. He was the first person that said, Inshallah, Nigeria defy all solutions. Nigeria defy all solutions. When other president came, we have different problems all the time. There has never been a time we cry of relief. We are always be crying of agony and pain. Even when Obasanjo was there, people talk about agony and pain all the time. We have worst election during the time of Obasanjo, 2006, 2007, because he said that he has to win the election by all possible, and he installed a sick man to the throne, to the seat of the government. So now, when you are not talking about, we are in number. We have all our honey. It is what we have used to borrow. Tell me that the government was working. It is more than Buhari. It is not about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That is why when we spend our 40% of any on subsidy of electricity, that is why it has to be removed. There is problem in the economy.
I just want to get your thoughts. Is PMB a mediocre?
If he doesn't know how to do it, he's a mediocre.
Did he actually do it right? If he
was choosing, if he did it right,
President Tinubu would not say he inherited these problems from him.
It is not about him. It is over the problem that has been piling up for a very long time.
But it did not help the problem, and it's your party.
I will not tell you that PMB is not a mediocre. I will not tell you Baba Obasanjo is not a mediocre. I will not tell you what's it called? Goodluck Jonathan is not a mediocre, because they didn't much the economy work. Nothing improved during their time. But now we have seen that the man that took the bull by the eyes and is making things to be working. That is for you to know that among them all, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the man in charge. I knew people. He has said it, that he is not the one that is going to do the magic, but he's going to assemble the brains. And that is what he does. You, as a journalist, if he knew that, yes, you are young, you are brilliant, you know how to do your job, he's going to place you there. He said he knows how to coordinate people. He has never said he's the best in the world.
I mean, we can't have it enough, but we've had a very fantastic conversation with you this morning. Thank you, Honorable Omolaja Olaoye, for joining us on and sharing your perspective on the issues bordering on certain things in Osun and every other place in the country. Of course, the Osun local government account freeze is more than a legal dispute, right? It is also a test of constitutional governance, democratic accountability, and the balance between political competition and the rule of law. And ultimately, whatever the case is, whatever legal outcome, the greatest responsibility actually remains ensuring that governance continues uninterrupted for the people of Osun. And we want a free, fair, and credible election in the state of Osun. And that's one thing Nigerians are expecting from everybody and every stakeholder that's going to be involved in the elections come a few days' time. Of course, we want to say a very big thank you for joining us on this edition of The Big Story. My name is Anulu Akpo. Till we come again, stay blessed and bye for now.
Thank you.